You're telling me that at 19, these two have the capacity to make a decision about what they're going to do for the next 80 years with each other.
She's the judge who gives rules on the law and life. She's intense with common sense. She's Judge Lynn Toller on Divorce Court, where real couples deal with real life. When Anisha and Eric met at the tender age of 14, it was love at first sight. Now, 5 years and 2 children later, Anisha is ready to say I do. But is this young couple ready to tie the knot?
That's the man that I had kids with. I have that bond with him, and I'm ready to make it happen.
Anisha and I don't have the correct tools that two married people should have.
Will Anisha and Eric prove to be mature enough to walk down the aisle? Or will Judge Lynn advise against this young relationship? Find out today on Divorce Court Before Your Vows.
All rise. Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Lynn Toller presiding. You may be seated.
Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here today with Anisha Nalls and Eric Jones. The two of you are 19 years old.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
You have 2 children together, one 5 months and one 2 years old, correct?
Yes,
Correct.
ma'am.
And you are here because you are trying to decide whether or not you should get married, and you wanted me to weigh in on the matter.
Yes.
In the courtroom with us, Mr. Jones, we have your mother, Angela Young. Ms. Young, good day to you.
Good day to you too, Your
I
Honor.
understand you have something to say about this,
I
and I'm going to hear from you momentarily. You have given me your license and given me permission to tear it up if I feel that your marriage is ill-advised. You have also filled out a compatibility test. I have taken a look at those, and I will talk to you about them momentarily. But before I do, Ms. Nalls, I'm going to start with you. Why don't you tell me why you love him, why he might be the one, but why you're not sure?
Well, I love him because he's a great father, and we've been together since we were 14, and he makes me laugh. He's a great protector. I feel safe with him, and that's something I'm really adamant about. Like, I have to feel safe with somebody in order to be with him, and I feel like I'm safe with him. I'm just not really, I don't want to start anything else with anybody else. Like, that's the man that I had kids with. I have that bond with him, and I'm ready to make it happen.
Okay, now, what is giving you pause?
I don't even know where to start. Like, he's not affectionate towards my feelings. I just feel like he doesn't care how I feel when it comes to certain situations.
Could you give me an example that demonstrates to me that he didn't care about how you felt?
Okay, let me see. Okay, the day before we were supposed to catch a plane, he called me over to come over his house. Okay, so basically he called me over there to have sex. Okay.
Okay.
And then we're getting ready to go on the plane, and I say, Eric, can I have a hug before we go on the plane? And he tells me, I'll see you when I get there. And I feel like, how can you have sex with me, but I can't get a hug from you? Okay. And then I try to talk to him about it. And I get nowhere with him when I try to talk to him about my feelings.
Is that typical of him? I mean, is he not a hugger? Is he not demonstrative? He's not a hand holder? And
I mean, but sometimes if I want it, then he'll do it. But he's not. He can be affectionate, but also I feel like if you're in a relationship with somebody, if you love somebody, you do stuff for that person that you wouldn't normally do. You accommodate,
their needs.
Right.
If it's outside my comfort zone, that's fine.
Exactly.
But it's what she needs, so I need to deliver.
Right.
Mr. Jones, your response to that? Do you see she's seeking affection that she's not getting?
Yes, ma'am. I see that. I can see that she's seeking affection, but it didn't start off like that. When me and Anisha actually got serious, it was around 2010, a late year of 2010. I came out and I worshiped the ground that Anisha walked on. I loved everything about her since day one. Even though we were immature, we had kids early. I don't make excuses for that because that was my responsibility. My children are. When me and Anisha had started, our new relationship, I had heard that she had texted a boy, and I had asked her about that, and she told me a straight face. She said no, and I believed her. But later down the line, I went on the website and I found out that she had texted this young man, actually talked to him, but she told me he was only checking up on her. Well, later on when I caught her and in her lies, she told me with a straight face, yeah, I texted him, and she showed no remorse for me. And
well, was it a text that was illicit? I mean, were they saying things, boyfriend, girlfriend things, or what?
It was ex-boyfriend of hers, and they had.
But we got over that a long time ago.
Well, when did you have this ex-boyfriend? You got him at 14?
Yeah, that was a long time ago. I was in the 7th, 8th grade when the guy that he's talking about, that was the boyfriend. I was in 7th and 8th grade. Okay,
that's middle school.
Right.
Yes, ma'am. And
well, what's wrong now? What questions do you have as to whether or not you should get married?
I wanted to see a change from Anisha. She has a lot of power and control issues that she needs to deal with. She's disrespectful. Sometimes she can contain it, but sometimes she can't.
Give me an example when of a time where
Power and control?
Power and control.
Me and Anisha had made a verbal agreement that I will be able to claim my son this year for income tax.
Right.
And I'm not the type of father that don't support his kids. I support my kids financially to the maximum, and also mental with spending time with them.
Right.
Well, one day, me and Anisha had got into an argument, and she was supposed to drop our kids off. We have a schedule to where our kids come and visit us. Well, she was supposed to drop the kids off with my aunt, and instead of dropping the kids off with my aunt while I was gone, she brought them up to where I was at, and she didn't make a big scene about it. She just asked everyone where I was at, and I actually went to her. I wasn't trying to hide from her or anything. So once we got into that big argument at the game,
it wasn't an argument. It was not an argument.
Hang on, I'm still not quite sure what the problem is.
The problem
she brought kids up to where you were.
Yes, ma'am.
And she wasn't supposed to.
No, ma'am.
No,
she was hunting you down.
It was his day. He wanted me to drop the kids off with him. Okay,
right.
So I go over there to drop the kids off with him, and he's not there. I didn't cause a scene. I didn't say anything. He's the one who caused the scene. Why are you here? Why just yelling and all this other stuff? So it was the scene causing was from him.
You know, we've been talking about this for a few minutes now, and it was a simple miscommunication that was of no consequence.
Yes, ma'am. And before we continue on with this case, may I please be able to finish my story before
What
to you?
story? It's so long though. What story you want to tell me?
I want to be thorough with you. That's all.
I can't. We got a limited amount of time here.
Yes, ma'am.
And I know you're only 19, but I can't hear all 19 years.
When divorce court before your vows continues, does Eric's mother believe this young couple is ready to marry?
They've been dating since the age of 14. They conceived at 15. They had my first grandchild at 16.
And later, will Eric's response surprise everyone?
Mr. Jones, let me ask you this. Do you want to get married? If you would like your case heard on divorce court, call toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or visit our website at divorcecourt.com and become a fan at facebook.com/divorcecourt.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows is back with the case of Anisha Nalls, who is ready to tie the knot with the father of her 2 children, even though the couple are only 19 years old. But is their youth the only hurdle this relationship faces?
Don't send her
Okay,
mixed
but we
messages.
can have sex.
And I
You
do.
can call me all the time for that.
I need to know what it is right now you're unhappy with.
Her power and control, like I was.
Okay, you gave me an example of that. Give me another example of power and control.
I didn't finish. She ended up not letting me claim my son that year because of her anger. She got mad and said that, I guess she just let her anger get the best of her, and that money was supposed to be important to what I had to do, but I didn't get upset with her. I just let her continue to go ahead and do what she wanted to do.
Did you make a decision with respect to a financial arrangement that you already had based on the fact that you were angry about a miscommunication? Is that what occurred?
No, see, but the story he's telling you, he's not telling you the whole story.
Well, you tell me the rest of it.
The reason why I did that because he called me out my name, and I thought that was disrespectful. And when I was going to let him claim our son, it was a favor to him because I was helping him. So if you want me to do you a favor and let you do something, why would you disrespect me when I did not do anything wrong, but yet you're gonna call me out my name?
You know, one thing has nothing to do with the other, right?
Right.
Financial decisions are made on the
Right.
basis of logic and fact.
Right.
It's not, you know, I'm mad at you.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that's concerning right
Right.
there. You know,
Right.
you were wrong to fuss about it,
Yes, ma'am.
and you were wrong to change your financial
Right.
arrangement because you fussed.
Right.
Mom, come on up. It has to do with who's contributing the most to the care. That's what the IRS says.
Yes, ma'am.
And if you're both doing 50-50, then you got to figure something out.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
not by rights your right to claim them.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay?
Thank you.
Ms. Young, what do you think about this?
I'm actually supporting them. I'm actually behind them. I think they should marry.
You're telling me that at 19, these two have the capacity to make a decision about what they're going to do for the next 80 years with each other. They have the financial wherewithal to do it, the educational wherewithal to do it, and the maturity to compromise ad nauseum, which is what marriage is. You're telling me they have that all together?
They've been dating since the age of 14. They conceived at 15. They had my first grandchild at 16. They good parents. They both graduated high school. Matter of fact, Eric came out a year early. Their appearance.
Yeah, I get all that. I get that, Ms. Young.
Okay.
But why does that mean they should get married?
They love each other.
Love is a wonderful thing. It is. But that a successful marriage does not make.
When Divorce Court Before Your Vows continues, Eric drops a bombshell. If you would like your case heard on Divorce Court, call us toll-free at 1-877-311-2222 or log on to our website at divorcecourt.com and follow us on Twitter @DivorceCourt. Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Eric Jones, who claims his longtime girlfriend is too controlling.
She has a lot of power and control issues that she needs to deal with.
Mr. Jones, let me ask you this. Do you want to get married?
No, I do not want to get married, madam. I don't want to get married because I feel that me and Anisha and I don't have the correct tools that two married people should have at that certain age. Now, I know that I'm young. Now, I know that I'm young, but it's just that Anisha, we don't have the correct tools.
You don't
Okay,
have
but
the...
when we're together, he can say, okay, he can introduce me to people as this is my fiance, or this is my fiance to everybody. But never has he got on one knee and say, will you marry me? But he can introduce me as his fiance. Like, that's mixed messaging. Like, either you want to be my husband or you don't, But
now you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I was under the impression that people use fiance as girlfriend these days. Everybody's a fiance. This is my, maybe not, I don't know, but I think they use that term very loosely. Do you introduce people as your fiance?
I used to, man, but not anymore. Now that we're not together. But I don't understand. I don't think Anisha understands that marriage is a huge step. And I heard you mention that, that's for the rest of your life, the next 80, 90 years. And I don't know if she thinks just because we're in college or we have 2 jobs, she reveals to me that you don't know how blessed we are. And, a lot of people will want to have what we have, but you don't understand. It's not all about that sometimes. You have to actually dig down deep and know what you need to have to be married.
Do you love him?
yes.
Do you love her?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you looking for a future together in some way, shape, or form? You just don't want to get married right now?
I'm not. I feel that I'm not even looking for a future, madam.
Did you hear that? Do you believe that?
Yeah.
What do you think? Did you hear what he just said?
Yes.
What do you think about that? Do you think that...
I think he's acting on the way things been going lately.
So you think since they're, for the moment, not getting along,
Correct.
that he's saying like, well, heck, I've had enough of it, but that they're really in a place where they can make a successful go of a marriage?
I do believe.
Really? Okay. So you two live together now, or you went home?
I am at home, man. I'm trying to look for my own apartment.
Okay, thank you, Ms.
You're
Young.
more than welcome.
You all right, Ms. Nalls? Were you surprised at what he just said?
Mm-hmm.
Had you not told her that before?
No, ma'am, I haven't.
Tough place to come do it, don't you think?
Well, wherever, I believe in thoroughness, wherever it has to be, that's where it's just gonna have to
Hey,
be.
let me tell you, when you're with a woman that you want to be thorough, you thoroughly tell her what you think and believe when you're with her.
Yes, ma'am.
You know, don't, you know.
Act off of angry, act off of, you know, I know those
You
things.
should have told her before you came here, though, Mr. Jones. That was cold.
When divorce court before your vows continues, has Eric been sending Anisha mixed messages?
If you really don't see a future with her, don't continue to date her and be with her and mislead her.
Divorce Court Before Your Vows returns with the case of Eric Jones, who has serious doubts about marrying the mother of his 2 children. But will Judge Lynn advise Eric to consider marrying his longtime girlfriend, Anisha?
I think you need to step back off of your position a little bit and listen a little harder.
I've told Anisha that I don't think we're gonna get together. I tell her, she tries to send me messages also to seem like we're together. And like she said, don't send her
Okay,
mixed
but
messages.
we can have sex.
And I
You
do.
can call me all the time for that, but you don't.
Ms. Nalls, let me tell you something. And you're sweet as you can be. He can't have sex with you if you're not letting him. I know you want him to be your husband, but you can't make it happen if he's not really willing. And it won't happen well if you're both not really ready.
If me and Anisha one day come to get ourselves together and we can be together, then that's okay. But right now, I'm not focused on that. And I'll be honest, I'm not.
I'm on the same page with Mr. Jones. He and I are on the same page. He's not ready. He's not looking to do it. You two are in a position to do so rationally and securely. I don't think economically you're ready. I don't think emotionally you're ready. And he doesn't want to. I know I'm breaking your heart, Ms. Nalls. I know I'm breaking your heart. But if it was meant to be, it'll still be meant to be 5 years from now. So no, don't do it. Of course, you know, Mr. Jones, I like you. I think you're smart. I think you're focused. But I also think that you try to talk around things a lot because you don't want to look something in the face. I think that's probably why you didn't say anything to her till you got here. Don't go to her for sex if you're not looking for a long term. It's misleading to her.
Thank you.
Don't do it. It's not right. Don't do it. And you know, step forward. Obviously, I don't think you two should get married, Mom. But, you know, what can I say? This matter is adjourned.
All rise. Parties may leave the courtroom.
I felt that the case was appropriate and that we got somewhere with it because that was something that I wanted to get off my chest. But I continued to tell you those things, but it just didn't get through to you. I think you tried to hold on a little bit too long for us to actually think it was going to make it. We were going to make it.
You didn't tell me nothing. You didn't say. I kept asking you.
Well, I think you misunderstood me because that's what happened. I did tell you.
Before this couple goes their separate ways, Judge Lynn wants a moment alone with Anisha in her chambers.
Here's what I'm gonna tell you. This might have been the best thing ever happened to you. It never feels like it when it happens. When I looked like I wasn't gonna work out at the law firm, that's when I decided to run for judge. It always looks darkest before the dawn. That's number one. Number two, you're obviously a good mother. You're gonna be a respiratory therapist. I mean, I don't even know what that is. So, I mean, you know, you've got positive, you've got going. He's a good father. He's going to support you. You're 19. But this could be the best gift. It's opportunity. New and better. You just don't know because you haven't had the time and the experience. Now you're going to have the time and experience. Don't get confused. If it was meant to be, 5 years later, he'll still be there for you. If not, he could be replaced with a better one. Okay? You all right? You going to be good?
Yes.
Yes, respiratory therapist here. You go, Anisha.
Thank you.
Good luck to you.